Goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, Serie A. Okay, I'm not for 1 second saying that Gianluigi Donnarumma isn't a good keeper. He has nearly 200 games for AC Milan at 21 years of age. Baby years for a professional goalkeeper. For Christ's sake, when Alisson Becker was that age, he was a backup goalie out in Brazil. But ever since Donnarumma's debut, this guy has been tipped to become not only the best keeper in the world, but emulate Buffon and become one of the best of all time. Well, for that to happen, he'd have to command the world transfer record fee, almost single-handedly restore AC Milan to Champions League glory, and be a future World Cup winner. He's a promising keeper, but forget the name AC Milan for a minute. They've been a mid-table club for over 5 years. So, at the moment, Donnarumma is a mid-table goalkeeper. I don't see anyone saying Jordan Pickford's going to be a World Cup winner. Centre-back Dayton Upamecano, Bundesliga. Dayton Upamecano is arguably the most hyped defender in world football. Like, I get it, alright? He's a top player for RB Leipzig, the classic football hipsters' favourite club. But lads, the voice of football hipsters, it is loud. They were the ones waxing lyrical about Shinji Kagawa at Borussia Dortmund, hailing Michu as a future World Cup star at Swansea. The ones who desperately try to convince themselves that Athletic Bilbao's Iker Muniain was destined for Ballon d'Or greatness. Mark my words, alright? The 21-year-old Upamecano, slapped with a massive £60 million price tag and compared to former World Cup winners, despite having less than 10 Champions League appearances under his belt. Within 5 years, he's probably gonna join this elite list of forgotten hipster favourites and probably end up in Turkey. Left back Gael Clichy, Super League. Okay, I'm just trying to find a pick for the Turkish league. I suppose Gael Clichy at Istanbul Basaksehir. You might say,
oh, we never rated him in the first place.
To be fair, you have a point. But someone did, because despite possessing a brain which views defending as a clear afterthought, this guy managed over 450 games in English football. And for big clubs. Centre back Harry Maguire, Premier League. If Harry Maguire had not scored this goal against Sweden, he would still be at Leicester. He's a good player, yes, but that's about it. When you look at Manchester United captains, Brian Robson, Roy Keane, Harry Maguire. Christ, even saying those words tastes like pigeon testicles stuffed in my mouth. The guy with a TV head is worth £80 million, the second most expensive player in that club's history. No, this club used to chuck mid-table defenders in the bin, not spunk the budget up the wall to drag them in. Maguire is a decent, no, he's a good defender, alright? But he has the transfer fee and wages of a bona fide superstar. And can you honestly tell me he's any better than Johnny Evans? Left back Ricardo Rodriguez, Eredivisie. Thankfully the hype has now died down a bit about Ricardo Rodriguez, because a couple of years ago it was mental. After impressing for Switzerland at the 2014 World Cup and then Euro 2016, the guy earned a big money switch from Wolfsburg to AC Milan. This is why you shouldn't sign a player off the back of one international tournament, where once he was getting linked with £30 million moves to replace Luke Shaw at Man United, where once he was earmarked for Real Madrid, now he's 27 and struggling for game time on loan at PSV. Centre midfield, Oscar, Chinese Super League. I'm sorry, but where did the hype for Oscar ever come from? Was it because he burst onto the scene for Brazil at the 2012 Olympics? Well, guess what, lad? Joe Allen and Scott Sinclair were at that tournament, and you don't see them getting bags of cash spunked up their nose in China. Even at Chelsea, Oscar flattered to deceive, mostly looking like a lightweight candlestick. A malnourished child escaped from the orphanage. Look at that upper body strength. What does he eat for breakfast? 2 Mars bars and a bowl of Twigs? So how on earth did he land a job worth £400,000 a week? The head chiefs at Shanghai who willingly forked out for that sort of cash. I hope the last 3 months of self-isolation has sort of made them question their decisions in life, because Christ above. Centre midfield, Renato Sanchez, League 1. Is Renato Sanchez still overrated? This is a perfect example of a man who let hype swallow his potential whole. Yeah, he's still only 22, but it was this guy, not João Felix, seen as Portugal's next big thing. And now it's just a £25 million sack of cement parked in Leeds midfield. Centre midfield, Nabil Fekir, La Liga. Okay, listen, Nabil Fekir is a good player and could jam his World Cup winners medal down my throat. But I'm sorry, you are one of the most overrated players on the planet. The scramble for this man's signature while captaining Lyon, a target for Liverpool, Chelsea and Real Madrid. Well, if he's that good, why did he end up at Real Betis last summer? Look, there's no shame, alright? There's always that overrated transfer target linked with half of Europe's elite. In the past it was Joaquin, Stefan El Shaarawy, Miguel Veloso, media darlings, but who never actually got that big move. He's a good player, yes, but Barcelona and Ballon d'Ors. Fekir, the only way you're getting your hands on that trophy is if you rob it from Messi's house. Forward, Malcolm, Russian Premier League. I think the hype is finally dying down now, but yeah. After flying onto the scene for Bordeaux in 2018, he gets linked with half of Europe, ends up at Barcelona. 1 league goal in 15 games later, he's getting flogged to Zenit St. Petersburg. He's only just returned from injury to score his first goal in a 7-1 demolition of Ural. But really, this guy is just following in the footsteps of other formerly hyped Bordeaux wingers. I'm still waiting for the day Gabriel Obertan goes back to his home planet. Gabriel Barbosa, Brasileiro. Oh, Gabigol. It's always tough signing players in the Brazilian league. Look, I know that country has a long history of producing world-class talent up front. There's nothing more exciting than a European club appeasing their fans with the signature of a Brazilian number 9. But lads, Joe Linton comes from Brazil. Barbosa is this generation's Leandro Damião. Yes, a god in his homeland for Internacional, but then the hype dries up, and unlike Damião, Barbosa has actually been to Europe and failed. Yes, he's banging them in for fun at Santos and Flamengo. He's rated as a star in that league. But what did he do in 3 years at Inter Milan? 9 appearances, 1 goal. Some players just aren't suited to Europe. So please, no more links to Barcelona and Tottenham. I'd rather stick Captain Barbosa up front than him, and I'm pretty sure he died from scurvy. Carlos Vela, MLS.
Young gunner Carlos Vela can be a world-class striker, says Arsenal boss Arsene Wenger.
Yeah. Against putting defences. Sure, Carlos Vela can lie to himself by scoring goals against Perry Kitchen and Brad Guzan, but it's like Declan Donnelly sneaking into a tallest dwarfs competition. Would he really be proud of that medal? MLS defenders are like hyperactive toddlers at a birthday party. Concentration out the window, running around with flailing limbs, and who always look on the verge of throwing up. If you listen to USA fans, Carlos Vela should be winning Ballon d'Ors. I won't argue this guy's stats at Los Angeles FC are record-breaking. 57 goals and 24 assists in 71 games. This man is responsible for 1.14 goals a game. Legendary stuff. Absolute superstar. But there's a guy with just 5 Premier League goals to his name. Scored a paltry 24 goals in his last 112 games for Real Sociedad. The MLS is a league which makes stars out of Bradley Wright Phillips and Landon Donovan. This is a country where Bob Bradley is heralded as a tactical genius. He lasted 10 bastard games in South Wales. I promise you, if Vela returns to Europe at 31 years of age, he will look every inch the guy who was outshined by Simon Cox at West Brom.